Sorry to.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. We are a little more confident if the company secretary is in the meeting, and
Ah,
but we
I'm not that
we still don't
important,
have the.
Chairman.
Well, you are the glue that binds the body together. Eh? So
Hey.
we need you. We
So we're waiting for.
it's it's only the chairman missing.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sure he's battling to connect.
To join. Yeah.
He's
Hello, good afternoon.
well. It's not yet afternoon, sir.
There are some guys from the Reserve Bank which turned up at the reception to say they want to attend. Yeah.
Um, Secretary, I've sent a message to the chairman, but he has not responded yet. Have you tried as well?
I haven't. I wonder what you should do.
If we don't connect, in the next 3 minutes, I would propose that we proceed.
I think it's fair, Chairman. So you will wait for a couple of minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah, we are 11:33 now. Let's give it 3 minutes to 11:36.
Okay.
Then we kick off.
All right. Okay.
Unless you,
Can Mr. Cameron Secretary try and get hold of the chairman on the phone?
Yeah, let me do that. Give me a minute. Let me try and contact him.
yeah, my WhatsApp has not gone through, so which means he has no connectivity.
All right. Let me ask Patricia. All right. We are trying to. Not yet. So, so Chairman, you have actually joined the EGM, is it? You came out of the first meeting and you have now tried to rejoin the EGM. Oh, you're already. Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ah,
Hello? Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, my apologies for that. We were muted. I'm sure there's a good reason for it.
Yes, Chairman.
Oh, did,
Okay.
did you, could you see the unmute button, Chairman?
No, it was locked. It was I'm a little bit more. That's why I'm sitting here with Tawanda and all the savvy guys. So I know I'm technically challenged, not as much as my other colleagues, but it was locked. My apologies for that.
Okay.
I suppose I can call it good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Rute Nuromoyo, and I'm the chairman of your board at National Tire Services Limited. I would like to welcome and thank you all for attending this extraordinary general meeting of National Tire Services Limited, both in person and virtually. And with your tolerance, may I actually call this meeting to order? This is a hybrid meeting where there are some members who are attending virtually, and there are members who are in the room and attending in person at the NTS boardroom. And then there are others like myself and the other directors who are attending virtually. So if I can call upon our transfer secretary, Kopserv, to give the meeting direction on how to proceed. Kopserv, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning to all participants. My name is Patricia Binindo, representing COPSEL, and I'll take you through the housekeeping matters. So we kindly request all participants to keep their microphones on mute and their video turned off unless invited by the chairman to do so in order to minimize any disruptions during this meeting. You should also keep your mobile phones and other electronic devices on mute. All questions that were submitted up to 48 hours prior to the EGM related to the business of the day will be dealt with during the meeting. In order to propose and second the motion advanced by the chairman, shareholders should unmute themselves. Alternatively, members can utilize the raise hand function, which is located at the bottom of their screen. Then in terms of voting, this is going to be by electronic ballot provided on the EAGM platform. The shareholders will be able to click the vote button alongside each resolution to cast their vote. Voting results will be displayed on the EAGM platform at the end of this meeting. Kindly also know that shareholders who have already submitted their votes as per the proxy forms received should not cast their votes again unless they wish to change their votes. That is all from us, Chairman. Back to you.
Thank you, Patricia. Now, as part of proceeding with the business of the day, once again, I would like to introduce our managing director, our acting managing director, Mr. Albert Ushe. Albert, if you could just bring yourself into the room. And then I would like to also introduce all the other board members who are present today. In person, I think you have Mr. Mandimika with you.
Yes,
and
Chairman.
then you also have, hi Albert.
Hello, Chairman. How are you?
I'm good. And then you also have Mr. Mandimika in the room. No need for further introductions there. He's also our secretary for the meeting and for the board. And then joining electronically is myself, Mr. Shoniwa, as well as Mr. Moses Tonderai Chingwena. Welcome to you all. And once again, I would like to yes. Thank you. Without much further ado, if you could allow me to tend to the business of the day and start off by actually dealing with the issues of notice and quorum. Mr. Secretary, please confirm that members were given due notice of this meeting.
Yes, Chairman. The notice convening this meeting was published on the National Tire Services website on 28 October 2025 in accordance with the listings requirements of the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange and the Companies and Other Business Entities Act, Chapter 24/31, as well as in the Herald on 29 October 2025. This is 21 days notice in terms of those regulations, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and please confirm that we are correct.
Yes, we have the necessary quorum, Chairman.
And if you could walk us through the quorum, which I believe is different from the AGM, please walk us through this particular quorum statistics.
Okay. The total proxies which we have received for this meeting, Chairman, the total number of shares, 74,952,458, representing 29.52% of the issued shares.
Thank you. Now, due notice having been given and a quorum being present, I will declare the meeting duly convened and properly constituted. And I will start off by actually providing a context to this AGM. And if members, if you could allow me to present the rationale for the proposed voluntary termination of the listing of the company on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange as detailed in the circular that was sent to shareholders on 28 October 2025. As you know, NTS is one of Zimbabwe's pioneer tire companies, which is engaged in manufacture and importation of vehicle tires. It was listed on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange in September 1969. I believe this is, it is older on the stock exchange than some of our members here today. In recent years, the general business operating environment has been characterized by persistent macroeconomic instability over a sustained period. The business has been adversely affected by severe exchange rate volatility, liquidity constraints, and shortages of foreign currency, all of which have materially hindered its core business of importing tires and raw materials to manufacture tires. The Zimbabwe tire industry has experienced heightened competition due to the low entry barriers and the influx of imported brands, resulting in a loss of market share for the company. Limited access to long-term and affordable capital has also constrained the company's ability to execute its expansion strategy and to maintain adequate working capital levels. Despite efforts to secure funding through local banking system, borrowing has remained prohibitively expensive, particularly following the imposition of local currency borrowing interest rates of up to 200% in 2022, rendering debt financing almost unsustainable. Operationally, NTS continues to face significant challenges. Power supply deficits have disrupted production at the retrading factory, where capacity utilization sadly has averaged approximately 30%. And for your information, we would require sustainably to be at above 60% utilization to actually have sustainable economics. Frequent electricity outages have negatively affected branch operations, resulting in estimated revenue losses of up to 40% of projected sales. Extended supply chains from Asia, where most tire suppliers are located, have further strained the company's liquidity by locking up working capital in goods in transit for quite prolonged periods. As a result, the company's cash flow position has deteriorated, impeding its ability to meet mandatory obligations, including listing-related fees, statutory payments, as well as replenishment of critical inventory. The business has also been unable to declare dividends for over a decade now, diminishing the attractiveness to investors. These cumulative pressures have contributed to high staff turnover and the loss of critical technical expertise, excavating the operational inefficiencies that I've just highlighted. The basis for the proposed termination is that the board has noted with concern that the sustained illiquidity in the trading of the company's shares on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange is an issue. Over the 12-month period ending July 31st, 2025, NTS shares did not trade in 8 out of 12 months, and the average monthly trading volume was less than 3.5 million shares. While minority shareholders collectively held approximately 37.23% of the company's shares at the last practicable date, the actual free float has been significantly lower, with a substantial portion of these holdings being strategic or inactive. This illiquidity has undermined effective price discovery and limited the shareholders' ability to realize value or exit their investment positions. Excuse me. Furthermore, the company continues to incur significant listing-related costs, including statutory audit fees, publication costs, and regulatory compliance expenses, which have become disproportionate to the benefits derived from maintaining such a public listing. The board believes that these resources would be better deployed towards operational improvements and business development initiatives that directly enhance shareholder value. The board therefore considered that the logical corporate course of action is the voluntary termination of the company's listing on the ZSE. Please note that the termination of the company's listing requires a special resolution, and that 75% of the members entitled to vote, as are present in person or by proxy, must vote in favor of this resolution, excluding those that are conflicted. The proposed termination will allow NTS, under the direction of its major shareholders, to restructure and reposition the business with better agility. It will enable the recapitalization of the business without diluting minority shareholders, and it will enable streamlined decision-making at shareholder and board level, amongst other factors. This flexibility, we believe, is critical in Zimbabwe's volatile operating environment, where private structures allow for faster execution and adaptation. The exit mechanism for minority shareholders is as follows. In conjunction with the termination, Radan Investments Private Limited, hereafter called Radan, one of NTS major shareholders, has extended an offer to acquire the shares of those shareholders who do not wish to remain invested in an unlisted entity. The offer will be implemented in accordance with applicable regulations and will provide minority shareholders with a transparent and equitable opportunity to monetize their investment at fair value. This mechanism ensures that all shareholders are treated fairly and equitably, and that the process is conducted in an orderly, transparent, and regulated manner. There are some shareholders who are conflicted. The following shareholders will not vote in today's EGM owing to their interest in the subject matter. The following are Radan Investments Private Limited and UK ATL Limited Holdings, Enaborate Investments Private Limited, and Woolwork Investments Private Limited. And therefore, the notice as set out in the circular to shareholders of NTS was published on October 28th, 2025, allowing for the required minimum 21 days notice period. I assume that members use the notice period to seek clarification from appropriate sources and advisors on any issues regarding the purpose of this meeting, including the details and rationale for the proposed termination of the listing of the company. Accordingly, I request your permission to take the notice as read. Please, may I will yield across to Corporate Serve. CorpServe, may I have permission to take the notice as read by electronic show of hands?
Yes, Chairman, you have the permission.
Okay, if so, I will read each proposed motion, resolution by resolution, And following the reading of each resolution, I will ask members to vote thereon. May I call upon individuals who will propose and second motions to identify themselves and the registered members that they represent. The voting will be by way of electronic show of hands, and I will start off with resolution number 1. Resolution number 1 is the approval of termination of the listing of National Tire Services Limited. I now put for approval resolution 1 by special resolution. Please, may I have a proposer to propose that the company's shares be removed from the main board of the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange through voluntary termination of the listing in terms of Section 11 of ZSE listing requirements. And if I could have the proposer who will read as following: is I, so and so, representing registered member so and so, propose the motion. May I have a proposer?
My name is Mike Makumbe. I'm representing Professor Chipato.
Please proceed.
I propose the motion.
You are representing?
Professor Tsungai Chipato.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any seconder?
We have a hand online, Chairman.
And may you progress to announce who the member is, just for the record?
That is Tapiwa Nashem Chanyangi, that first.
Thank you. Thank you, Tapiwa. May I now call upon members to vote electronically whether in favor or not in favor of the resolution to remove the company's shares from the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. Over to you, Secretary and COPSERV. We will yield to the electronic voting process, and if you could notify us following the conclusion of the electronic voting. And if you may also confirm whether you will be reading the resolutions at the end, or the results of the voting at the end, or at the end of each resolution.
Chairman, we'll share the results at the end of the meeting, and you can proceed.
Thank you. I will proceed to resolution number 2. I now put for approval resolution 2 by ordinary resolution. Please, may I have a proposer to propose that any executive director or officer of the company be and is hereby authorized and empowered for and caused to be signed and delivered all certificates, documents, and other instruments as may be necessary, advisable, or appropriate to effectuate, carry out, and consummate the termination transaction contemplated by Resolution 1 in compliance with all regulatory conditions, authorizations, permissions, and consent. If I may have a proposer identify themselves and the registered member that they represent to propose.
I am lawyer Tafenyinga, representing registered member Group 5. I propose the motion.
Thank you. And may I have a seconder?
Not yet. I will wait for my visa. Oh. I will come. I will come to
We have a hand online, Chairman. That first Dominis Tapiwa Nashem Chanyangi.
Thank you, Tapiwa, once again. I want to thank you. May I now call upon members to vote electronically, whether in favor or not in favor of resolution number 2. And I will yield again to COPSERV to advise us when the voting concludes.
problem. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Chairman, we are now sharing the results.
Thank you. I trust all members have completed the voting process, and I now hand over to Corporate Serve to present the results of the EGM. Please upload the EGM results on the screen.
Uploaded, Chairman, can you confirm that you can see the results?
I can see the results. If you could just announce the summary of the results for some who may not be able to read it.
All right, thank you, Chairman. From the results that we are showing, we can confirm that the resolutions have been successfully carried. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our extraordinary general meeting. I therefore declare the meeting closed. I want to thank you all for all your attendance and for all the support that you have actually provided to this company since 1969. It is indeed a milestone in the history of the company, and I believe it's in the best interest of the company and its shareholders that we took these particular actions. I want to thank you all for your participation. And once again, I'm inviting you all, those that are attending directly, to please join the company for refreshments and interactions with our directors and management who are in attendance. I want to thank you all and declare the meeting closed. Thank you to CopServe for all your assistance. I declare the meeting
Thank you,
closed.
Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you all. Good day further.
Thank you.